Hey, welcome everybody. This is the American Car Classics radio program and podcast. I'm Kenny Schofield. With me today is Mike Kraman and Todd Byron.
What's up?
Bryce is on the other side of the cameras. He's helping everybody see us and hear us and know what we're talking about. He puts up all the stuff on the monitors. We appreciate that so much from Bryce. On the phone with us today, we're going to start out this New Year's show with the best guest we could ask for, John Kraman, the voice of Mecum Auctions. John, good evening.
Hey, hello, guys. Man, really a pleasure to be talking with you tonight, and Happy New Year to everybody.
We are super happy to have you on the phone with us as we get to talk to you quite a bit during the years. We talk to you usually 2 to 3 times anyway. We have not spoken to you since June when Mecum was in Orlando. I know
right.
that we all, Todd and I and Steve, our other host who's not here right now, we went to Chattanooga. You were in Chicago.
Yeah, it was the first time that Mecum ever had a collector car auction, 2 different collector car auctions on the exact same date. So the television side of things decided to go with our Chicago Schaumburg auction, and we had two great auctions, didn't compete with each other at all, and so it added to our coffers. It was well played by the Mecum management staff for sure.
You kind of had to split the family in 2, but nobody had a
Right.
problem with any of it. We saw David Morton, the director of marketing, in Chattanooga, so we knew that it was worth that. How do you think the shows did with each other?
Well, good question. When the smoke cleared, they were literally almost the same. So basically, it's having 2 auctions on the same weekend played out well, because that was twice as much as what we normally would have taken in on that weekend. All contributing to what I believe, guys. I'll give you a little bit of breaking news. To what I believe is going to be, I know is going to be another record-breaking year, 2022.
Absolutely.
Which we've just finished up, but I think we're going to end up with somewhere in the sales range of about $800 million
Wow.
in sales. We don't have the press release done yet. Probably be another couple 2-3 weeks before all the data is compiled. But what an incredible year, and
Wow.
35 years of business.
Wow, that's better than playing the lottery right there and hoping for a
Right on.
300 million chance to 1 of 800,000. Hey, so that's incredible, John. When was Mecum founded? When did it start?
Goes all the way back to 1988, so we'll be starting our 36th year this year. Won't be until May. But, it was the brainchild of Dana Mecum, our company president, founder, still on board today.
Yes.
His wife, Patty. They started literally on their kitchen table, and has grown to be the world's largest collector vehicle auction. It's just incredible. I've been here since 2006. We've been on TV since 2008.
Wow.
So I'm starting my 16th year on television,
Wow.
Which has done a lot to help put us on the radar screen of a lot of collectors. That has been a huge, huge help. But it's the hard work of the Mecum staff that has really launched us at the top of the heap with continued growth year after year.
Well, let's talk about the Super Bowl of auctions, which is in our backyard here in Kissimmee, Florida. This is from the 4th to the 15th. Again, John, you all are coming in like a circus. 11 days. You said, we're going to bring 4,000 cars. Mike, I looked yesterday, 4,137.
Wow. It might hit 4,200 by the end of the week.
When do you stop, John?
We don't. We'll keep consigning cars as long as people will consign. This will be the world's largest collector auction in volume. And I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. I'm going to believe in total dollar volume when the smoke clears as well. Our reference is our record year in 2022, just last year, where we did an all-time record, not just for us, but for the world collector vehicle auction auctions period, at $217 million. Most of us around the campfire at Mecum have been saying that we're hoping for $250 million in the sale of collector vehicles during Mecum Kissimmee, running, as you mentioned, January 4th through the 15th. It is open to the public. Always want to make that crystal clear. It's not all for buyers and sellers.
That's correct.
Tickets in advance, $20 at Mecum.com. Wait till you get to the door. Only $30. Gives everybody a chance to get up, have a seat, watch the auction, look at all the cars. Just plan on being there when the doors open at 8:00. Make a day of it. Bring comfortable shoes. There's a ton of walking.
A lot of walking. I too did some numbers, John. In 2015, Kissimmee did $70 million, and in 2022, Kissimmee did $217 million, and that's a 300% growth in just 7 years.
It's incredible, and back in 15, that 70 million was a strong number. So
it was,
It's just unbelievable the way that the public, not only just the folks in your area that support it, but it's really the way we like to kind of consider it's almost 3 auctions in one, where we're getting the strong car culture of Florida supports it, but we get a lot of people from the Northeast and a lot of people from the upper Midwest come down. So really 3 different distinct demographics all in one. It's not only really about buying and selling cars or spectating. It literally is a celebration of the collector car culture. It's as much of a social event as it is, serious commerce and a big TV show. We've got 36 hours of live television coming up on Motor Trend TV and Motor Trend Plus, the streaming service, over 6 days. That is incredible. We'll be, that's a 6-hour nonstop this Friday,
12 o'clock,
Saturday,
right?
And then next week, Wednesday through Saturday, because this auction goes over 2 weeks.
Yeah, John, it starts Friday at 12 on TV, right?
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
But the auction does start on the 4th. I also said, and you said this is a spectator sport. Ticket sales for spectators are up 30% in just 1 year at Mecum.
And that's something, I heard that from David Morton as well. He told me that. I spoke with him yesterday. And just the support, the press support, folks like you as well. There's just so much buzz. We're doing so much. We've got so many people want to talk about this auction. As we continue to reset the bar, all the pieces are in place to do that all over again, and then some. 50 distinct and specific different collections spanning collector cars from $5,000 to multi-million-dollar individual cars.
Right.
We always say, how are we going to top it? And every year we manage a way to do it. Looks like we've done it again this year.
And John, you got the big Elvis plane coming down, right? Or it's not coming down. It's going to be out of state, right?
Yeah, the Lockheed Jetstar was an aircraft that Elvis purchased, actually his second Jetstar, one that he purchased back in the 70s. And unfortunately, a couple years after he bought this particular airplane, he passed away. But he did buy it. His name's all over the paperwork. It's in Roswell, New Mexico, and it will give the chance for a collector, the ultimate Elvis collector, to have an almost unbelievable part of Elvis history. And Priscilla, his ex-wife, is going to be present at the auction. Priscilla Presley is going to be there. The airplane won't be there.
No. Right. Is this the first time you're having an auction where the car or anything that you auction off isn't at the site?
No, what we do is we've had it just a handful of times in the past. We will have it up on the screen.
Right.
So it'll be like people will see it up on our bid screens that surround the whole venue. But presuming it does sell, it'll be up to the new buyer to head out to Roswell and figure out a way to get it home.
Right. And just from looking at the pictures, it's got that 70s vibe to it.
Yes.
The shag carpet, it's got everything inside it there.
Yeah. Anybody listening can Google that, the Elvis plane, the Elvis Jetstar, and we've got videos, pictures, stories, all kinds of stuff out there. Everything pops up. We've had more activity on that Elvis plane than we've had on any other celebrity-themed vehicle in Mecum history.
Right.
It's unbelievable. I think most people are just curious to see it and learn more about it. But, man, I got my fingers crossed. We'll see if it's going to sell.
Well, that won't be the first Elvis item y'all have sold. You sold a car earlier this year. I think it was in Las Vegas, one of Elvis's car. It was black. I don't remember what it was called. I had never seen this car before. Do you recall that?
Yeah, the Stutz Blackhawk. It was had several of those.
The Stutz Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Really cool Italian coachwork on a Pontiac Grand Prix platform from the early 1970s. They were flashy then and even flashier today.
I think that car brought 270.
Yeah, exactly.
It was incredible.
Yeah, which is about 3 times what a typical Stutz Blackhawk would bring without the Elvis/celebrity connection.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is going to be awesome. The weather is going to be great. You're in Wisconsin where you live, and you can't wait to come to Florida. How was your Christmas, real quick, John? We're going to break away from Mecum just real quick and ask, how was your Christmas?
Oh, it was great. Up here in the frozen north, always a great time to, spend the holidays with snow and everything else. But, we know, all of us know that in the back of our mind, we are heading down to Kissimmee to execute the world's largest collector car auction. And we are so much looking forward to getting down to the Orlando area and seeing the sun and having some warm sun on our skin for a change. We haven't seen the sun here in a while.
Yeah, we talk about the job you have, but you are quick to say, Kenny, this is a dreamer's job. It is more of a fun time that you get to go and come down and, man, you get to see these cars. John, do you recognize a car when it comes back through the auction?
A lot of times I do. It's kind of funny, car guys have a tendency to remember cars and details of cars more than they recognize names. And I guess I'm cut from that cloth as well. And, we're handling somewhere in the 30,000 vehicles per year range. And it's really amazing how many vehicles you actually remember, particularly if there was something that might have stood out in the sale, a high price, or the fact that, ownership history, one owners, really good original condition. Some of those things really will make cars, pop out. We all remember the celebrity cars, the Jerry Lee Lewis motorcycle we sold at Kissimmee in 2015 that was given to him. Of course, the killer's gone now.
Right.
But we sold his motorcycle down there around $300,000, had him up on the red carpet, banging away in the piano with Great Balls of Fire and
awesome.
And, the Bullet Mustang and, all these great cars.
Yeah, I remember the Bullet.
Yeah. So, so many great stories and great memories, and even more so many yet coming up, so many stories yet to tell and great cars to sell coming up.
Okay, great. So 11 days, we talk about this isn't just a car auction. There are motorcycles. I think there's several hundred coming through this time. 40, more than 40 motorcycles and currently consigned for Kissimmee. So you got 40 bikes on top of all these cars, trucks. We've seen a lot going on.
Oh man.
What is like the Bullet? What's that big one going to be now? What is Mecum saying that this is going to be the number one seller of Kissimmee?
Well, I think it's probably going to be contenders are going to be the huge quantity, over 20 of the legendary wing cars, the big Mopars, the 69 one-year-old Dodge Daytona, and the 1970 Plymouth Superbird. To have one or two of those at a big auction like this would be big news, but to have over 20, several of them have Hemis. Those are $1 million plus cars, Hemi 4-speed cars. And then we've got some vintage and late model exotics.
Yeah.
Right.
That I think are going to be contenders as well.
Well, that's a great lead into a great teaser. So if you don't mind, John, we're going to try and jump out and take a quick break in a second. And when we get back, if you can hang on during the break?
Absolutely.
Awesome. When you come back, we're going to kind of talk about some of these collections that come out and when they pick the right time or not and how they do in different markets. So with us today is John Kraman, the voice of Mecum, and this is the American Car Classics radio program. We're going to take a quick break. Hang on, please. We'll be right back. All right, hey, welcome back, everybody. This is the American Car Classics radio program and podcast. And with us on the phone today is John Kraman, the voice of Mecum Auctions. They are coming into our state January 4th to the 15th, 11 days, 4,000 plus cars, trucks, motorcycles, planes. John, there's road art. I mean, I could read on from my list of stuff that you've got going on. It is a circus on wheels, isn't it?
And that's a good way to describe it. About 15 semis have been down there getting everything unloaded. More tents erected and on site. And they're not just little tents, but huge tents than any place else in the world. Over 4,000 cars. We'll probably end up with close to 4,300 entries, the largest the world has ever seen. And it is wide open and ready for anybody that wants to come out and check out the cars, watch the action, visit all the exhibitors, check out the entertainment we'll have. Got a lot of great food out there as well. It is really a major world-class event. So much fun to be around.
What is it like for you, John, to every year continually talk about the massive growth that this company is seeing?
Well, it kind of ties in a little bit with just the overall general extreme interest in just folks that are interested in collector vehicles. That's the first thing. The market is just so strong. But what sets up apart that's brought us to the top of the heap is the fact that it's not just all about putting together a good business model and executing it. There is a genuine, hardcore, sincere love of the vehicles, love of the people, and love and the belief of the auction environment to sell collector vehicles. Of course, the live auction is very exciting, but we also offer opportunities for folks online and on the telephone. So we've got all of the bases covered, and there's just so much momentum that just continues to go on as more and more folks choose Mecum Auctions to sell and buy collector vehicles. And we kind of put all the pieces in place, which they're there now, and hold our breath a little bit. And when the doors open up, it's just unbelievable. The excitement, the energy, the buzz that's been happening with this event in particular has really been unprecedented. We have consignments. You'll get a kick out of this. Consignments from every state in the union except for 3. None from Alaska, none from South Dakota, and none from Vermont.
Wow.
But every other state in the union has got consignments in Kissimmee.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Steve, you got something? Steve, you're bringing your car. Steve's bringing Steve Charbonneau, our other host here, is bringing his '69 Hugger Orange Camaro.
Yes, sir.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we have a friend of the show, Tom Gore, who is bringing 3 cars, and Todd, you've got a friend, Stephen Loudermilk, who's consigned
probably 9.
9 cars.
9 cars?
Yeah. Oh, my word.
Yeah,
he's got a bunch of them going.
Yeah. Do you see people John, there are the number 1 bidders and 2s and the 5s and all that, and that you see maybe at every show, but there are guys that make a living out of buying cars at Kissimmee and then going to another auction and selling them or buying and doing the same thing.
There is, and it's a relatively small part of the bidder pool.
Yes.
The guys that are out there buying and selling on speculation, but it does represent a part of it. There's also the big collectors that are buying and selling groups of cars for the thrill of the hunt. They just really love assembling a collection and then getting them recognized and then selling them. But I got to tell you, my favorite stories, my favorite situations are those folks that I run into that have always wanted to buy their dream car. Typically, it's from their past, not always.
Right.
But it's usually from their past. And when they come to a Mecum auction with a couple of potential contenders and they end up with one, probably never be another customer again. They come to buy one car. That's what really, really gets me going. And that represents, I think, really what makes Mecum Auction so special is it's so well geared for folks that have spent literally a lifetime, hard work, taking care of business, taking care of their debts and everything else, and then deciding, man, it's time for me to go ahead and get the car of my dreams. And they choose Mecum Auction to do it. So many of them do get the car, and I get a chance to hear about them and hang out with some of those folks sometimes, and it just keeps me cranked up. It's not all about the cars; it's also about the people and the stories.
Well, that's it, John.
Buyers and sellers.
I have seen people like Richard Childress get giddy when they land a car. It's like hooking that tarpon or that big fish and finally getting on the boat. They could have done it 100 times. They don't. I've seen them still just high-fiving each other. So it's any class of guy, no matter how many cars you've had or have or sold or want to buy. I really just think that the energy of Mecum Auctions, the way you all start the show out, of course, thunderstruck. It's a strobe light. It's a rave show.
Right there will get you going.
It does, man. It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. Your auctioneers are top class. You move. Now, Mike, we've seen him move how many cars in a minute?
Yeah, what are you down to, John? With the 4,000 cars, you're going to be moving cars a lot quicker this year.
Exactly. We've got a roughly anywhere between 375 and 400 cars each day of this auction.
Right, because you were usually at like 250, 275 a day, right?
Exactly. That would be a good number at a typical auction. That would be a very strong number. But with the auction pace now, we're averaging anywhere between 34 and 40 cars per hour.
Yeah.
You can see that we can move them through pretty quick. 10 to 12 hours. is about the kind of time length that I would expect the auctions to run. And, doesn't matter if it's in the morning, doesn't matter if it's mid-afternoon, doesn't matter if it's late in the evening. The pace and the excitement stays at a pitch. There are no breaks. It never stops.
Right.
It is just those of us on TV, we go into a commercial break, but the auction never stops. It continues on with that, that magical auctioneer chant and the excitement, the colors and the cars. And, every minute and a half or 2 minutes, there's a completely different car up on the auction block. And, it's that anticipation of what's coming up next. You may not like a particular car on the block right this second, but hey, no worries. Wait a minute or two. There'll be something else up there.
Yeah, you hate to go to the bathroom sometimes because it changes so fast. I almost pause the TV just so I know I didn't miss anything because I know I can catch up during a commercial.
Can't do that standing there. You're going to miss your dream car.
You're going to miss your dream car. That's right.
You could run 2 lanes. Yep. 2 auction lanes, right through there, 2 bidders.
Right.
Oh, that'd be so much. That'd be so.
One going against.
You might have to. You get
how
too
could
many
John
cars.
and the team tag all the cars?
2 years from now, they've got 8,000 cars.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
John,
we've talked about it. Talked about it. We've decided that we really want the focus to be on one car, but we have talked about that. The fast auction pace and the scheduling, like I say, of up to maybe putting a limit of about 400 cars a day seems to be our practical limit. And it really does work. This has been the strategy that we've had with our big major events, such as Kissimmee, our biggest, the last 3 or 4 years. It's been up to this sort of caliber. So we've proven that this formula really, really does work.
Well, I'll tell you what we have done here on our show, John, is we have fun and we all work. We don't see each other much during the week. And then on the weekend when we get to do our show together, we get together and we take from an upcoming auction and I put together some cars, some lots, and I have everybody put a bid on and see. So when the auction comes around, I get to mark down everything and we get to see who's savvy enough to go into Mecum and actually buy a car and do as the crowd did, buying it right. So this is something we've enjoyed doing with Mecum, and it's just been great. So anything else?
Yeah, hey, John, with the success of Chattanooga and Chicago last year, you thinking about doing 2 auctions in a day again in different cities this year?
Probably not. I mean, even though we had good success, probably not. We're in the process, literally as we speak, of putting together our 2023 auction schedule. It's about 60% completed now. The dates and the venues that are locked in are up on our website at mecum.com. That's MECUM.com. But I don't think we'll probably do another dual auction like that again, simply because I think we've got, did it. It worked out. It was successful. No regrets. But I think we're probably gonna space things out a little bit differently coming up on our 23 calendar year. But man, honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
I think
we're still trying to figure it out.
I think that Chattanooga proved itself to be a good market, and I hope that everybody comes back. But I do know that right now on the calendar, there is no summer session in June for Orlando, Osceola County.
Yeah, again, like I say, we've got about maybe 60% of the schedule up. I would guess that by maybe the end of January, the early part of February 23 coming up within the next month, we'll probably have the schedule totally figured out.
Beautiful.
And will be posted up on the website.
See, I'm hoping they come back then because that's when I'll have the big orange truck done.
Yeah. What year's that?
It's a 76.
76 Chevy.
Yeah.
That's a Chevy.
Yeah. It's got an 85 cab on it, and that's the square body.
Right.
Square body style.
Yeah, those things are hot, John. They're just hot in every market right now. Everybody wants one.
Yep. I'll send that and the 454 SS through.
Yeah, more than the Broncos, it looks like the S10 or the C10s are coming out stronger now.
It's, it really depends on the specific vehicle. So many now, as we know, are getting resto modded, and guys are putting aftermarket chassis and, LS engines and automatic overdrive transmissions, all of that stuff. And, that's really helping to drive the price. A truck in marginal condition is still affordable, but the cost of body work and parts and then the upgrades you want to do certainly have to be factored in. But no doubt about it, the truck market, the 4x4 market, Broncos and Blazers more than anything else, just continue to be absolutely mind-blowing. in this market, and they're not going anywhere. They are here to stay. Just like the new trucks are hot in the new vehicle market, the same thing is happening with the vintage trucks as well. It's just on fire, and I don't think it's going out. It's here to stay.
Does Mecum sell electric cars?
We have we've had electric cars across the block. We have nothing against that at all. But honestly, in the collector vehicle market, with just a couple of exceptions, there really aren't too many contenders yet. The original Tesla Roadster, we've had a couple of those over the years, and we've had a couple of the late model Teslas, and we've had a couple of the Hummers. We've had a couple of the new Hummers.
Right,
Awesome.
the new Hummers, right.
Yeah. All right, John,
Which is
listen.
an incredible vehicle.
We're going to run out of time in the segment. We're going to get ready to go to a commercial break. We do appreciate you coming on. This is John Kraman from Mecum Auctions, January 4th to the 15th over in Kissimmee, Heritage Parkway. Get out there and come and see, buy a car, buy a T-shirt, say hello to everybody you see.
Buy a plane.
It is a big family affair. John, thank you as always, and we'll
Thanks,
see you out
John.
there.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
See you out
bye-bye.
there.
Sometimes Bryce tells me to start talking, and sometimes I just got to ignore him.
You know, he's always looking down, though, at the board. He's never paying attention to what's going on.
Like he's got a job to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were waving at him there. a
Yeah,
few
waving.
times. He's
And
just-
snapping it.
And I'm awfully low again.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
was making sure everybody sounded good.
everybody,
Right.
welcome back from that commercial break.
Buddy, I
We
sound
appreciate
good
you for
all the
hanging on
time.
for a second. This is the American Car Classic radio program, and I am Kenny Schofield, sitting next to Todd Byron,
What's up?
Steve Charbonneau,
What's happening?
and Mike Carano.
Hey.
Appreciate everybody for showing up. We had a great interview with John Kraman, the voice of Mecum. It really is a circus. I was telling Bryce who he's going to come with during a day. Everybody here is going to go at some point.
Yeah.
David Morton, the executive director of marketing, has asked if we would all be on hand at one time again. I wrote him a pretty good
No.
email and fudged a bunch of stuff saying that we were, bigger and better than we were before, and maybe he'd like to pick up where we left off. So, are you going out, Todd? I'll start with you, the busiest, weakest link, because
Well, I wanted to go Saturday, but I forgot I got prior arrangements, so
okay,
maybe Sunday.
maybe Sunday. I'm going to go Saturday and Sunday.
I'll be there Friday and Saturday, I believe.
I'm going to try to go Friday.
I'll be there Friday.
Yeah,
Your
Steve will
stuff's
be
right
there
towards the
Friday.
end of the
Yeah,
day,
you
Steve.
take
both
off,
of you,
bro.
both of you are at the end of the day. You and Tom.
I'm lead the beer assistant in charge, and I'm going to go. I had to go sign all the paperwork and couldn't sign the car.
Right.
But you and Tom are both late in the day on
No, they're probably going to hit right mid-afternoon.
Yeah, we're supposed to be, the window is between 11 and 12. So hopefully my car will be on the air.
Oh, yeah,
Because,
it'll
they're always running a little behind because they got so many cars.
Oh,
Right.
they do run behind.
Yeah.
So if my car gets up there a little later, I'll be in a 12
He'll be
o'clock
on,
spot.
12
so-
o'clock is Motor Trend. He might be live.
And I'll be like, look at that bitch on TV.
We're gonna sit here and
Pretty
do our
son
last.
bitch.
We're gonna sit here and do our last 4 Mecum cars before the auction comes out that I've picked, and it would be funny if we had asked one of your lot numbers to be. And I didn't do that, but it would be funny if.
J119, buddy.
J119.
And what do you think, J119? What are you hoping for? I mean,
I'm honestly, I want to shut my biggest hater up so I can shove it down his mouth. So I'm hoping that car will hit 65.
I said 70 grand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, let's just do. You know Steve's car, Mike?
Yeah.
He was
It's
looking
nice.
at it with me today.
I was looking at
You
it
know
today.
Steve's car,
Yeah,
right?
you got haters?
Oh, I got haters.
We all got haters.
I got
And just, I don't know.
fan clubs.
Steve's
yeah.
Camaro.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if you don't have haters, you're not really doing anything
Right.
in this world.
Mike,
See,
Steve.
see, my problem, if I have haters, I'm in trouble.
So I said 70. Are you going to go with 65 on your car?
My
Yeah.
goal is to hit 65.
We're going to say 65. Where do you think he could be?
I'm going to say 58. I think it's going to be a little light because it's still early in the auction.
Okay.
It's the first Fridays, but we'll see. I'm hoping it goes through the roof.
23.
There's your hater right there.
Sorry, Bryce. Yeah.
I say probably 62.
Okay. I think that you're gold, brother. I think that you are.
I
man.
think it's gonna. I hope so.
Listen, if that piece of shit orange
I don't
one I
know,
tried to
man.
buy from Texas went for 40.
And that's
Right.
what
That's what I'm saying.
Man. This is we
You
gotta
don't know,
remember,
though.
I saw a Hugger Orange 69, and it had a great motor, great
Yeah.
low rake stance. I mean, but it brought $99,000.
Yeah, I mean he's got the good color, Hugger orange, good
Yeah.
color.
Yep, great year.
Yep, it looks good, freshly
it looks
painted.
good.
Looks great.
Sounds good. Runs idles. I mean, it does its thing.
And the paint looks good now. Danny went through and fixed every little flaw in the paint.
Right.
Did he?
Yep.
So Danny, this is at the Collision Center, and let's give a shout out to Danny. What's his last name?
Bozavart.
Blows a fart.
Bozavart.
Oh,
Bozavart. So this,
That's how I pronounce it. It's kind of
and he is top class guy, and I call him a world class painter. Man, he's a hustler.
he's a combo guy, and he's like a master of both spectrums from the collision,
Yeah.
the body to the paint. You know.
All right, Bryce, let's go ahead and hop our 4 cars up that we've got for Mecum this week. This is coming up from Kissimmee, and this is going to be on day 1.
Day 1. That's Wednesday.
These are all from day 1, as last week we did from the last day. So
I know Steve from Cool Cars. One of his cars is going off Wednesday.
Okay, and
A Corvette, I believe.
okay,
62, 64, something like that.
yeah, the 64. That was Hal Moon's car. That's my old customer, and he sold it to another customer of mine who Steve is representing.
Oh, okay. I know. He
Yeah.
said he was just going to push one car through.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of his cars are going to be in Lakeland.
Yeah, this is a numbers matching car.
Yeah.
This is a 4-speed car. It's a beautiful, beautiful Corvette. So I think he should do well with it. I know that the original, the Hal Moon, my customer sold it for right around $35,000, which was a pretty solid buy. I think the seller could, run it around $70,000 and maybe double up on all that.
All right, so what do you got?
Bryce, let's pull them up. The first car, all these are at no reserve. This is Mecum, the 4th of January. This is lot number D33, 1975 Datsun 280Z.
This dude goes for the oddballs.
Well, it's the
It's a
first
nice
thing.
looking car. I mean, is it a V8?
It's a good color. It's a 2.8
they change
liter.
the engine? Oh, they
2.8
didn't change
liter.
the engine.
It's original. It's a 4-speed. Metallic brown is
Mileage?
the color. Mileage does not say.
They did not give us an
Recently
engine
out of
photo.
storage. Garaged since 1990. New seats, urethane bushing kit, Western steel polished aluminum wheels, BF Goodrich tires. Everything else is original. Includes original window sticker and purchase sales paperwork. So seems like it's a really good car, but there is no mileage.
Yeah.
So Mike, give me a number.
I'm going to say 35.
Steve, go for it.
32.5.
I'm in Steve's head for some strange reason. I don't know what's going on here.
Todd, what are you feeling?
30.
I'm going 29.
So I'm curious what you guys think when you see a car up for auction like this and they don't include any photos under the hood. What does that tell you?
That there's something going on that they don't want you to.
Oh, it's
there's
just
nothing
it's nothing fancy.
nothing
It's
fancy.
they didn't
Right.
clean it up. It's not.
Right.
It's all stock. They didn't put any chrome.
I just found out my neighbor's got one of these a couple weeks ago, and it's
280Z. Yeah.
It's blue.
Mark Anderson?
I don't know. I don't know his name.
Not
I
the one
haven't
with the
been
javelin. The one with the javelin.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Different
guy.
street.
Okay.
Had the door
All right.
open. I seen it poking out.
The next one is no reserve as well. Lot D40. This is a 1989 Camaro RS unrestored with 45,800 actual miles.
You got a picture of that one?
2.8 liter automatic. It is light blue with a black and gray interior.
Nice.
It is very clean and pretty. It is a T-top car. Steve, you're
There you
big
go.
on
Yep.
those.
Me too.
But it's a 2.8 liter.
Junk.
Yeah, junk.
Someone might buy it, the rest of them on it, so it'll probably pull close to 18, 19, because look at that thing. It is clean.
It is clean.
Look
Yeah.
into the hood.
I don't like the stencil on the side.
Yeah, that's definitely aftermarket.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you think 18?
Yep.
19? Is that what you're saying, 18?
Yep.
Okay.
Because it's clean.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like around 16. I think it's gonna go less than.
I'm going to go 21.
Yeah. Huh?
I'm gonna go about
That's the next hottest car in the market right there.
19.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask John, but we didn't have him on long enough about
No.
the next what's the lowest year now they think is coming up, and I think it's the 92, 93 Camaros. I think they're getting up.
I'll show you a 92 25th anniversary with 80K. It's a 350 5-speed T-top car I'm looking at.
Yeah, I mean if you do away with the C4 Corvettes because they're a dime a dozen and they're cheap, but I think the Camaros and all these other cars are coming up.
All right, let's hop on to the next one. It's a no reserve lot number D78. This is a 1989 Ford F-250 Lariat, 5.8 liter with a 5-speed transmission. This is two-tone red and white with a gray interior. It is 4-wheel drive, power steering, power windows, and air conditioning. No mileage given. Lot D78.
And what year is this?
1979 or 1989.
1989.
This is the F-250, not 150.
Right.
It is 4x4, 5.8 liter, the big motor.
The 351.
And I think it looks great. And I think these trucks are in. I don't know if automatic is making it better. As John said, a lot of automatics, which is making it more drivable. A lot of people still don't know how to drive a clutch. And, of course, the older guys, you get a knee that's sore or whatever. So, hey, I'm going to start off. I'm going to go 31.
No, I'm going to hit 35. Steve?
27.5.
Now, Steve has his calculator out, so I don't know if he's doing something shoddy there.
Steve's doing some shopping.
He's shopping.
No, I was going to show him something.
You like it, don't you? I mean, it looks good, right?
That dude sold that car.
I'm not a big
33.
fan. I'm not a big fan of the long bed. I like the short bed cars better, you know.
Yeah.
I do too, but on these bigger trucks, I think they carry themselves good, you know?
Yeah.
All right, the last one we've got here is the no reserve lot number D98. This is a 1985 Chevy C10 pickup, step side, 454 cubic inch engine with an automatic transmission, red with a red interior, 4-barrel carbureted, Spanish cedar deck, formerly used by the City of Tampa Fire Department.
Oh,
How about that?
let's see this car, this truck. Nice.
This is a 1985 Chevy C10 step-side pickup truck.
Now, it's not 4-wheel drive, you said?
It is not.
Not. It's just got the big engine in
It
it.
does have the big engine.
454, probably like 210 horse.
And I didn't look. Are there pictures under the engine? There you go, right there.
Yeah.
So it's carbureted. Got, you know.
Yep.
That'll pull some good money.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll pull good?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm at like 24.
It's only got 5,000 miles on it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what the speedometer said? 5140? Did I miss that?
If it was fire department, buddy,
105.
yeah.
He
or
rolled it
200.
over for sure.
Right.
Now, a lot of these trucks, they
You'd
only
be
get driven.
surprised. They
No.
only get driven into the.
They don't.
One of the guys that used to work for me just bought a truck from the airport. It's one of the fuel trucks. It's a 99 F-250 diesel. Got 21,000 miles on it.
Because they drive 200 feet out and 200 feet back.
Yeah, does it say if that's original miles, 5140?
It doesn't say miles on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
'Cause
this
they
does
showed the speedometer, 5140. Huh? Maybe
Okay.
maybe he didn't spin it around.
Well, I'm going at 24,000.
Well, the first number, you can tell. If he pauses it, you can tell because the numbers are never straight.
Yeah, 20. He says 24. Todd?
27.
Steve?
I put mine in there.
No,
No, you didn't do this on the
Oh,
truck.
I did 28.9. I thought, or 28,
You said it in your head, maybe.
28?
You
28 what?
28.5.
It's all in your head, dude.
It's all in your head, man. I'm going to say 30.
Wow. All right. Well, that's the last one from this auction here at Mecum. We're going to have quite a good little bit to come back on in 2 weeks. We won't run any while the show is going on. We will be doing a show again next Tuesday. We're going to have a guest, Jake Bragg. Is that right, Bragg?
Jake
Yeah.
Bragg?
Yeah,
Is
yes. Right.
is that a surprise to you, Todd?
That is.
No, he's just
He's the
looking
only-
at me.
Well, I'm trying to get Todd's approval on saying the last name because I just know
Jake Bragg.
Jake from APS.
And we're going to break, right? How long we got? A couple of minutes?
Yeah,
All right,
okay,
real
good.
quick.
So
Let me
we're
just
good.
say
Yeah,
something.
Absolutely.
We lost a guy yesterday or the day before. Ken Block. Do you know Ken Block?
Sure did.
Race car driver.
Race car driver, yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Block died in a snowmobile accident.
Huh?
He was the co-founder of DC Shoes and Hoonigan Racing.
Yeah.
He was 55 years old. He was big in skateboarding, rally. He was a rally car legend, 16 titles from 2005 to 2014.
He's done a lot with Red Bull with Travis Pastrana and stuff.
Right.
Wow.
But he's been out there on big board, big
Yep.
ramps for boards and stuff. My daughter Ashley texted me probably 10:30 last night, and when she heard the news, because even she knows who he is. But,
Yeah, he was snowmobiling, and I guess he crashed.
He did a flip. And
Oh, is that what
landed
happened?
on
He
him.
did a
Yeah,
flip?
landed on him and killed him. Yeah.
And so he had 5 medals in X Games, some motocross, skateboarding. He was pretty big in the sport. So
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this from a video production perspective, what they did with Hoonigan really was like groundbreaking. The kind of videos they were doing, the kind of quality
Oh yeah.
they were putting out there. I guarantee you they drew a lot of young guys into motorsport just from how flashy those videos looked.
Absolutely.
And that is a huge loss. I actually hadn't heard that.
Yeah, that happened yesterday, I believe, or the day before.
No, it was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's a bummer.
Rest in peace, Kenny Block.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys on all around. Dave Kindig mentioned him. Richard Rawlings mentioned him today on Facebook. A bunch of guys talked about him today on Facebook. So
Yeah. That I didn't get a lot of time to think about that today, but it did happen. So
Yeah, another one gone way too soon.
yeah.
But doing what he loved to do, Steve.
That's
I mean,
right.
out there playing around, having fun, and probably there was a camera rolling, unfortunately. But they're daredevils in sense. Even on the skateboards, they're just still huge ramps and huge air. But what is it, Nitro Circus that comes out and does all this crazy stuff. Travis was trying to do the 360 on the Matchbox.
Yeah, Travis
he
was
just
unbelievable
all
on
great
the stuff that he used to do.
Yeah, he's retired, I think, for the most part. There's a commercial now out for a streaming site, I think, or for TikTok, where Tony Hawk is told to do less extreme sports.
Right.
He looks up badminton and stuff like that. It's crazy.
On a skateboard.
All right. Well, we're gonna have one more segment. We're gonna come back, talk about some local car shows and whatever else we've got on paper. We'll find out in a minute. So will you. American Car Classics. We'll be right back.
Don't you dare take it out on me. If you're sitting around, you got nothing to do. Shake a leg, come along with me. You take one step, you take two steps, you take three, and get on up.
Well, he's going to kill the music, man. I was just getting into it. That was Greg Billings of the Stranger Band. He was getting ready to head down Alligator Alley. You don't even know about it, but you should go to YouTube and find out about it. Hey, so I am Kenny. I'm with Mike. I'm with Steve. I'm with Todd. And this is the American Car Classics radio program. Thank you for hanging out.
And we're with y'all.
And we are with what?
With
Y'all.
y'all. Come on. You don't know Southern?
So
on,
at the
man.
end of this segment, we're right when Mike gets done with his weekend weather and car show report, we're going to talk about a trivia question where we're going to give two people an opportunity to win 2 tickets, or a person to win 2 tickets and bring somebody along with them to Mecum auctions in Kissimmee this January 4th to the 15th. So we're going to have a trivia question based off of John Kraman's interview. So if you watched it and you can do that, we want you to come and answer that on our Facebook page or group. We'll accept that, saying that you did hear it on the show, and this is the answer to our trivia question. So we'll look out for that for the next couple of days. So with all of that said, Todd Byron,
Yeah.
you had the biggest party on Sunday,
Yeah, man.
New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers about it, man. We were here.
It was great.
What was it?
He's still recovering.
Actually, dude, that takes your toll.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
We had the Dick Arbitelle Memorial New Year's Day Rod Run. Memorial New Year's Day Rod Run.
Right. We talked a lot about it over the last few weeks. So for the viewers that tuned in, they know about it already. But Dick Arbitelle was a local legend and a drag racing freak and car building freak.
Oh, yeah.
And he succumbed to cancer about 6 years ago.
2016, 15.
Yeah, so 6 years ago now. And you
16.
resurrected what he used to do on New Year's Day. He used to get in his car and grab some buddies and go cruise to a couple of different areas. And you said, hey, I'm going to do it now. And you started last year again. And then this year, like Mecum Auctions, you doubled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got some pictures up that from the auction, from the show.
Yep.
The cruise in.
Yeah. We went to Cracker Barrel. We had a great breakfast.
That looks like your motor.
Then we went out to Riverside Park or Riverview Park in Sebastian. Then we drove out to Riverside Park in Vero, and then we came out here to the House of Byron, Flockview Farms, where you had a great barbecue spread by Ricky Hodge and the gang. And man, Steve, Aaron, she slayed it out there. helped in everywhere corner that she could. Well, we all got to go around, and that's Emmett's car right there, and we got to go and have a great time. So, Todd,
Whoa, look at that wagon right
yeah,
there.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, there was actually, I mean, one person told me when we were in Sebastian, we had like 150 people there.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in Sebastian. I was counting cars. We had over 100 cars in Sebastian.
Yeah, and I, with Ricky, when I had placed the order, hey, there's our sheep. Placed the order with Dick's car.
Yeah.
Which is Dave's.
Hey, I know them people.
Yeah, John Stefanisi. And
John just brought that truck out for the first time, I think. That's
Yes, that was the first, that was the initial ride.
Yeah.
and with Ricky Hodge, I had placed a order, for the food. We had to have people, and I told him 130 people, I believe. And boy, we just
had enough.
Just had enough.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of pulled pork left, not much.
I took a little bit.
Ken DeFore.
I had that for lunch today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken DeFore and Byron DeFore were here.
Byron DeFore,
and I saw them driving the Ferrari and the Porsche around. That was awesome.
Yeah.
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 Weather was gorgeous, Todd.
It was a great day for the rod run. It was a little sketchy in the morning.
Yeah, it was just a little
foggy
cloudy.
It was. But overall, it was good. So next year, I'm going to lose a little bit of parking. So we're going to have to add a little bit of parking somehow or another, probably down on the west side of my property.
Right.
All right.
Down where, the...
Were the guys that were overheating parked?
Yeah, maybe that's the breakdown lane. But
Well, that's where Dave Marshall put his hauler to bring Dick's car in.
Yeah, but a lot of guys that were pulling in because we were backed up a
Yes.
little bit, they were overheating, so we had them go down the left side of the driveway.
regardless how well you try to organize parking, which I try to do that with Steven and that, people don't listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dennison,
It was
I don't know what the heck he was thinking. He just kept going. Hey, stop!
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
where are you going, man? But
And it was funny. I was walking down the driveway, and your neighbor came out on his little quad. He was looking for his dad, the guy next door. He was surprised.
oh,
that
Nettles, Robert.
He
Yeah.
was surprised that his father wasn't here. I said, I don't know your father. So
Yeah, Gary Nettles.
Yeah.
Nettles Towing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's. I was surprised that he didn't show up neither.
Yeah.
I know. They've seen it on Facebook.
Right.
At least Gary did. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
He might be short staffed because I know there's
and
a lot of tow companies out there that
yeah,
way.
they probably are. But it was a great thing, a great turnout.
yeah.
And I'm proud of it, and I'm sure Dick would have been proud of it.
Yeah, you should be proud of it, Todd. It was a great event. Let's talk about Cole Auto Supply, James Cole, and his Napa chain that he's got going on. He stocked you right and took care of some stuff. You had some O'Reilly's buckets.
Yep. I had a couple of O'Reilly's wash buckets, but James, whenever we ask him for any kind of help, he steps up to the plate. It could be Napa trash cans. You can't get them no more. Really
Right.
hard to really come by. So
Right,
I'm
right,
a
right.
guy on there, but
Whoa, they're collector items. Don't be giving all of that.
but 3.5 ton floor jack. That's a nice.
Probably $400.
Yeah,
Probably
good
$400.
gift.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you had some
LED
what'd you have, some
lights.
restaurant stuff.
Restaurant, yeah.
Got to
Nettie's
thank all those
Roadside.
people.
Well, Nettie, she's been on the show. But
Right.
We did a little car show. She gave us 2 gift certificates and Beach Bum Bagel and Kelly's Irish Pub. And, it was good.
Even the new guys on the block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, hey, Steve.
Steve with some oil changes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it worked out really good.
Yeah, and here again, the weather was just absolutely beautiful, but the farm held up to it, and you had a couple porta potties. There wasn't a line of 40 people in your house,
Yep.
like last year.
Yeah.
But it was.
But man, I got a picture of all the people waiting for food, dude. I mean, it's a line of 2 people strong. Like,
Yeah.
way out there.
You need like Chick-fil-A
was like-
drive-through people.
I'm like, my Lord, is those people? What the heck is
Ricky
that?
Hodge, you broke it down in the middle of it and said you went 2 lanes.
Yeah.
Like you said for Mecum, Todd, and it sped
Yeah.
right up.
Well, Ricky and I were like, wait, maybe we should do 2 tables. And Ricky's like, why? I said, well, look over here. And Ricky's like, oh. I was like,
line.
he's like, yeah, let's just do 2 lines. Because we cut one of the tablecloths in half. We were going to move 2 tables, but we didn't want to start a free-for-all. Because, you mentioned free barbecue and people come running.
Well, you
Yeah.
mentioned Hodgepodge Barbecue.
Yeah.
Because there's a breakdown of difference, man. This stuff, it's like the Chick-fil-A of chicken, man.
Yeah.
He
did a great job.
I didn't even get none of his chicken.
Oh, you didn't? Let me
Yeah,
tell
they
you.
had chicken breasts and
I don't
This
think
guy right here got the last 2 pieces.
oh, did you?
Yeah, I don't think I got
2
any-
pieces, man. You
I
know,
didn't get any
I gave
chicken
one for
either,
me and
so.
one for Aaron because we didn't eat.
oh, okay.
They wouldn't even eat till we got home.
Really?
Yeah. Unlike 3-plate master over here.
Yeah, I went back
3
twice.
plates.
I went back twice and
Man.
took some. Yeah. Look, I've had his stuff before, man. I know. I'm waiting for Steve's December party already because he's going to bring it.
That's why I was calling him 3-plate master, and Ricky turned around. He's like, "What?" I said 3-plate master, and he said something else, but I don't know what exactly it was.
That's funny.
I'm a little surprised that he remembered me like he did from just one show back in April.
There's nobody that forgets the Kenny guy. You know,
Yeah.
we're just.
And who the hell could forget Kenny?
That was awesome. Yeah,
Real quick.
We're
all going to the Mecum auction this weekend and all week. So
Yeah.
it's going to be nice. Real quick, January 7th, Alamorada Brewery and Distillery is having a car show, Beers and Gears. January 7th from 11 to 3. You could register at alamoradacarshow@gmail.com. Where are they, in Fort Pierce?
They are in.
Alamorada?
So that's Sunday.
That's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also Sunday is the Fresh Bistro. That's up in Indian Harbor Beach. That's a veteran-owned place. That's the second Sunday of every month from 12 to 4 from Scratch Bistro and Lounge, Classic Car Cruise and Dance.
That was
I
Saturday.
take that back. It's Saturday.
That was
I messed that
Saturday.
up. So beers and
January
gears is Saturday.
Beers and Gears is Saturday. The Fresh Scratch Bistro is Sunday. And then what else we got here? We'll skip that one.
Yeah,
Barefoot by the Lake Car Show, Sunday, January 29th. If you're from Barefoot Bay, up by Grant, like where Kenny's shop is, 625 Barefoot Boulevard, from 11 to 3, Sunday, January 29th, Barefoot by the Lake. Pre-registration is $15. Day of is $20. Phone number there is 772-663-0633.
That is awesome. And Bryce, give me a chant. We got
River
30
Ranch.
a minute. What do we have? Close it out. Okay, he's saying whatever it is. Listen, so real quick, our trivia question to be awarded to somebody for a pair of tickets to go to Mecum between January 4th and the 15th. You pick the day when you want to go. The trivia question, I want you to get on to Facebook, American Car Classics Radio page or group, and say that you heard this question asked on our radio show, and you give the answer, and your tickets are yours. The question is simple. When was Mecum founded? John Kraman answered this question in our interview earlier on the show. So I'll wait to see who gets that, and we'll announce the winner when we get one. So everybody, I appreciate you making it out today. I know Steve, I know it's tight for you, buddy. You got to get the car done and back together and polished up and out there.
Long night, buddy.
Good luck to you this weekend.
Yep.
Everybody will see you out at Mecum. We hope to see you out at Mecum too. If you're in Florida, if you're not, get on an airplane, warm up, come down, enjoy it. We'll see you next week. This is the American Car Classics Radio program. Thank you.
Put the pedal to the metal.
See ya.